Did the famous actor Yu Menglong die by accident, or was he sacrificed? In this video you'll see secret messages, ritual symbols, strange coincidences, and shocking theories you've never heard. Stay with me, because what you think you know will change. Then you plunge straight into the mystery. From the moment news broke, the death of Yu Menglong, born June 15, 1988, died September 11, 2025, sent shockwaves through fans and rumor mills alike. Officially, he fell to his death in Beijing and authorities declared no foul play involved. But what if that fall was just the last act in a deeply sinister ritual? What if Yu was not an accident, but a sacrifice? The whispers began almost immediately. Online users noticed ominous posts made years before his death, cryptic prophecies, numerical alignments, and scenes too strange to ignore. Some claim that Yu's life was marked by occult design. Some claim he was the centerpiece of an elite blood ritual. Others say grotesque secrets lie behind closed doors, suppressed and silenced. All of it demands a closer look. The official version is straightforward. Yu fell from a high-rise building in Beijing. His studio released statements confirming his death. The police ruled out homicide and blamed alcohol-induced misstep. But that answer didn't satisfy the public. Among the early red flags, the timeline is unclear. He attended dinner, then was said to have locked himself in a room before the fatal fall. His final text message to his mother, "They may come and kill me anytime. That money isn't earned by me, it's dirty." His mother's later statement after the fact claimed the fall was accidental. But by then, suppression of online discussion and removal of posts had already begun. Some accounts say Yu's abdomen was allegedly cut open to retrieve some device, a USB, in the chaos. The public's attempts to dig deeper have been met with social media takedowns, posts deleted, accounts suspended, comment threads silenced. Seen in isolation, these details could feel speculative. But when they weave together, the pattern looks chilling. One of the most viral catalysts, an online post from exactly 4 years before Yu's death, declaring that 4 years from today, Menglong will ascend. The chilling thing. The date matched, September 11th. Some say that date was preset, part of the occult writing on walls. Then there's numerology. Yu died at age 37, and 3 plus 7 is equal to 10, a number tied in certain mystical systems to completion. Some online investigators argue that the fall was timed not just physically, but symbolically. In addition, Yu's birthday, June 15th, matches the birthday of China's top leader Xi Jinping. Some claim a pattern. In previous cases of celebrity deaths in China, dates, zodiac signs, and birthdays were used as occult markers. A well-known feng shui master later tied the death to ancient imperial longevity rituals, sacrificial ceremonies meant to transfer life force. To many, these coincide too closely to be coincidence. The idea of human sacrifice sounds sensational until you dig into the lore and patterns. In occult beliefs, sacrifice is seldom random. The victim is chosen for symbolic alignment, ritual timing, astrological signs to amplify power transfer. Let's imagine a scenario, built from rumor, leaks, and speculative reconstructions. 1. Marking the target. Years before, someone identifies Yu Menglong as a vessel matching zodiac, birthday, energy vibration. 2. Quiet preparation. Subtle limit setting, surveillance, threats, spiritual conditioning. Some say Yu believed he'd been monitored since age 25. 3. Ritual phase. The day arrives when all signs align, date, numerology, cosmic events. 4. The killing blow. A fall staged as an accident, but timed and conducted. Some allegations say Yu was tortured, his soul separated, voices shouting arcane codes, Hao Kai, Hao Chuan, Hao Yin, in the process. 5. Smear, silence, suppress. Immediately after, official statements are issued. Posts vanish. Discussion is censored. Certain insiders vanish. 6. Symbolic layering. Objects, like dual Rolex watches with concentric dials, symbolizing cycles, are interpreted as ritual tools. In this version, Yu isn't just a victim, he's a written cipher, a trigger in a larger game. Let me paint some scenes. Scene 1. The night before. A dimly lit dinner gathering. People seated around a long table, each guest under subtle pressure. Someone whispers to Yu, urging caution. At midnight, he withdraws, locking himself in a room. The windows rattle, footsteps pass outside. Faint murmurs. The walls feel alive. Scene 2, the silhouette. A shaky clip appears online, a shadow figure at a window, trembling. Someone cries out, "I have never suffered like this, you're using me like a toy." The silhouette flinches, then disappears. The window slams. The screen goes black. Scene 3, the ritual chamber, symbolic reconstruction. Imagine an underground chamber, not literal, metaphorical. Symbols carved on walls, concentric circles, blood-red numerals, twisted runes. Incense burns. Two watches lie side by side. A supernatural hush. Someone chants. A sacrifice is making of flesh and prophecy. Scene 4, the aftermath. News bursts across screens. Police statements. The family in grief. The whispers online, "It's a sacrifice." A single phrase posted after his death, How Kai echoes in dark corners. Accounts are deleted, comment sections freeze. The truth is evicted. Each scene is fragmentary, but when stitched, they evoke dread, a human being sacrificed in plain sight, hidden under layers of power and secrecy. Adding salt to the wound, rumors about Yu's two beloved dogs. Some posts claimed gruesome videos exist showing the dogs' deaths. But a close confidant denied it, both dogs are alive and adopted. Others say the suppression began immediately. Weibo removed thousands of posts. Over 100 accounts linked to rumor spreading were disabled. Even the more fringe conspirators warn, don't try to search for the alleged dark web videos, they're grotesque, forbidden, and might be traps. All of this deepens one central question: who is scared of the truth and why? Authorities insist Yu's death was an accident. They cite intoxication. The studio released statements, some in his mother's name. The police say there's no criminal angle. But opponents point to glaring omissions. No transparent autopsy details have been released. No full CCTV or witness testimony in public view. The statements by his mother came under pressure after the suppression of online discourse. Individuals who tried probing have faced harassment or censorship. This is a tension between public closure and private suspicion. What drives mass belief in such theories? A mixture of grief, distrust, and symbolic hunger. In many societies, when the official story feels thin or too neat, people push toward hidden designs. When the oppressive mechanisms of censorship are visible, belief in a cover-up gains power. When prophetic posts align eerily, they terrify the imagination. Finally, the idea of a birthday sacrifice is potent. It frames life as ritual. It frames death as exchange. It becomes, for believers, a narrative of cosmic injustice rather than random tragedy. As you watch and as your audience sits with this, here are questions worth turning over. Do the symbolic alignments, dates, numerology, birthdays, genuinely carry occult meaning, or are they patterns our minds impose? Could this be a conspiracy-fueled fantasy weaponizing grief? Are there hidden motives for suppressing discussion, legitimate legal privacy, or political manipulation? If ritual killing is real in modern times, what does that say about power and secrecy at the highest levels? In short, believe nothing, but question everything. Yu Menglong's death is already a rift in the public's perception of truth. It's torn open the fragile boundary between what authorities dictate and what hidden forces might operate in shadows. Whether the sacrifice theory is real or symbolic, it speaks to deeper anxieties about power, invisibility, ritual, and the cost of putting a person's life into a grand narrative. The first question that haunted everyone was simple but terrifying. Why did Yu Menglong die so mysteriously, and why did every clue surrounding his death vanish so quickly? What began as whispers on obscure forums exploded into something far darker, a theory that Yu Menglong's death wasn't just tragic. It was orchestrated, ritualistic, and planned around a powerful birthday date that someone didn't want the world to understand. As investigators, both real and self-proclaimed, dug deeper, one thing became impossible to ignore: the date of his death. It wasn't random. It sat eerily close to a political birthday that had been quietly celebrated by some of China's most powerful figures. Could it be coincidence? Maybe. But the pattern repeated itself, same season, same cycle, same type of accidental death involving a rising star whose influence had begun to ripple far beyond entertainment. Now here's where it gets even stranger. Witnesses from the luxury apartment where Yu Menglong reportedly fell said that the entire 32nd floor, yes, the exact floor where the fall occurred, was emptied out 2 days before the incident. No maintenance. No construction. Just silence. Residents who questioned the sudden closure received vague responses about security testing. But what kind of security test needs total evacuation of a single floor? And on the night of September 11th, neighbors described hearing something that didn't sound like an accident. One woman, whose account vanished within 24 hours of being posted, said she heard chanting. Not loud, but rhythmic. It was like someone repeating short words over and over, she said. 3 voices. Then a crash. Then silence. The 3 voices. The rhythmic chanting. The crash. Every retelling of that moment sends chills down spines. Then came the leaked elevator footage. It appeared for only 45 minutes on a private chat forum before disappearing, but screenshots spread like wildfire. It showed Yu Menglong stepping into the elevator wearing black, calm, tired, holding what looked like a red envelope. Behind him, 2 men in suits entered. The last frame froze as the lights flickered. No timestamp. No follow-up frame. The footage was scrubbed minutes later, and every account that shared it was banned. Coincidence? Or a carefully timed erasure? The deeper fans looked, the stranger it got. Some pointed out a bizarre post Yu Menglong had made months earlier, a photo of him holding a cake, captioned, "Some birthdays should never be celebrated." It had only 12 comments before it was deleted. But after his death, that caption resurfaced everywhere, turning into a haunting clue. What did he mean by that? Then came the birthday connection theory, and this is where the story veered into the realm of the unbelievable. A small group of online investigators noticed that Yu Menglong's birth date, June 15th, was shared by a major political leader in China. It might seem irrelevant, until you learn about ancient imperial customs where, on certain high-ranked birthdays, a symbolic life offering was made, a sacrifice believed to transfer youth, success, and longevity to the celebrant. If you think that's ridiculous, wait for what came next. According to one retired historian who claimed to have worked in Beijing's Cultural Bureau, these birthday offerings weren't just myths. He said certain sects and elites revived old traditions in secret, selecting vessels with compatible birth charts to symbolically feed the chosen one's destiny. His words, they pick someone whose life energy reflects the same star alignment. And when the energy is taken, one life fades, and another thrives. Now, think back to Yu Menglong, an actor who, in his final year, spoke often about feeling watched, about losing control of his career and not understanding why the lights won't stop following me. Some fans thought he was speaking poetically about fame. Others now think it was a desperate coded message. The night before his death, Yu Menglong's assistant reportedly left the building in tears. In her deleted WeChat post, she wrote, "They said it's already decided. He has to be present at midnight." Present at midnight. 3 words that haunted fans everywhere. No one knows who they were. But the detail fits with the timeline of the supposed ritual. Midnight. A cycle ending and beginning. The precise time when birthday celebrations traditionally transition from the old age to the new, from one year's life to the next. At 12:03 a.m., neighbors heard the chanting. At 12:11 a.m., the building's power flickered. And at 12:13 a.m., Yu Menglong fell. Some claim the ritual wasn't meant to kill him, that it was meant to mark him, to bind him spiritually. But something went wrong. A force imbalance, they say. Energy that couldn't be contained. And instead of absorbing life force, it unleashed it. That's why the theory calls it a sacrifice gone wrong. In the days that followed, the suppression began fast. Too fast. Journalists who tried to mention numerology or birthday coincidences had their articles pulled. Accounts discussing the ritual were flagged for spreading harmful superstition. But fans who noticed the censorship saw it as confirmation that something was being hidden. And there's one detail that still sends shivers across forums. The day after Yu Menglong's funeral, A luxury villa in Beijing hosted a private birthday event for a powerful public figure. A photo leaked from that night showed a white cake with the inscription, "To longevity and renewal." The same phrase that appeared, oddly enough, in the hashtags on Yu Menglong's final post before his death. Was it coincidence? Symbolism? Or a message hidden in plain sight? Now imagine this final scene. A dark room, flickering candlelight, a small altar with Yu Menglong's photo. The sound of rain outside. A circle of silent figures dressed in black. One of them places a gold ring beside his picture and whispers, "He gave more than he knew." The camera pans to the open window, curtains swaying, the same window from which Yu Menglong fell. The room is empty, yet the faint echo of chanting seems to linger in the air. Was Yu Menglong really the victim of an ancient birthday ritual masked as an accident? Or are we looking at a web of coincidences we've chosen to weave into a nightmare? One thing is certain, the truth was buried deep, and someone wanted it to stay that way. And now, it's your turn to decide. Do you believe Yu Menglong's death was part of a secret birthday sacrifice? Or was it just an unfortunate accident blown out of proportion by theories too dark to comprehend? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know what you think. Was it ritual or coincidence? And if this story gave you chills, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more jaw-dropping investigations into celebrity mysteries the world tries to erase. Because sometimes, the truth doesn't hide, it waits. So, tell me in the comments. Do you think Yu Menglong's death was planned around a powerful birthday ritual? Who do you believe they were, the ones who said he must be present at midnight? And most importantly, why do you think every trace of his final hours was wiped so clean? Your thoughts might just uncover what they tried to hide.